Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and every once in a while I do videos and they end in a bizarro place that I did not plan for them to end. This video is one of those videos. This is one of those where at the end I shocked myself. I was shocked by what happened, and I'm sitting here, you know, I tell you on this channel all the time, there are no coincidences. And I'm going to show you at the end of this video, I'm telling you, there are no coincidences. And I don't believe for 1 second that this is a coincidence. Here we go. All right. Julian Flash sent me this, and it's a great clip. Brian Brooks from the OCC. Listen up.
This. 20 years ago, when the Grameen Bank won the Nobel Prize as the only financial institution ever to win the Nobel Peace Prize, the reason they won the prize was because of their insight that making small loans to poor women in places like Bangladesh and parts of Africa would allow them to buy Android phones from which they could run businesses and engage in financial services. And I think if you ask young people today, whether they lived in a poor neighborhood or a richer neighborhood, they would all say that their lives revolve around their phones, not around brick and mortar stores, let alone bank branches. And so if we can get banks to focus on the fact that there's profitable business to be done in neighborhoods that are poorer, I think we can bring that back. And I think our CRA reform is part of that incentive. But if we fail to do that, then we're going to have a real problem. Branches are not the delivery mechanism of the future pretty clearly. Smartphones are. And banks need to figure that out and find ways of serving underserved communities in that channel.
All right. Great video clip. Okay. Now, let's go. The next thing I wanted to show you, this is Barry Silbert retweeted this. Remember Grayscale, which is owned by Digital Currency Group. CoinDesk is also owned by Digital Currency Group. We've already seen Grayscale trying to sell, meet with financial advisors to begin to teach them how they can sell cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. And now CoinDesk is trying to educate them. Are you a registered investment advisor or financial advisor? CoinDesk will be hosting a 2-day event in November to equip RIAs and FAs with tools to better understand Bitcoin and talk to their clients about Bitcoin. Apply to attend the virtual conference. I've been saying for over 2 years, when you start to see the financial advisors find out how they can make money on this, all of the financial advisors will be selling it, and they will. Now, here's the first interesting thing, really interesting thing that I happened upon in this video. First, the Cryptic Poet, he's tweeting out about the PayPal in talks to buy crypto firms, including Ripple partner BitGo. Well, I had forgotten that BitGo was a partner of Ripple. I knew they were a partner through PayID, or at least I think they are. But I had forgotten about this part. It says, he says PayPal in talks to buy crypto firms, including Ripple partner BitGo. Brad Garlinghouse says Ripple is considering a move to Japan. Banorte partners with Volanti Technologies for payments modernizing. Nexo announces support for Spark token. But then Roses on the Moon comes in and says, and if you don't know, now you know. BitGo, this is from Miguel Valles, 2017. BitGo builds enterprise wallet for XRP. So you got PayPal that's thinking about buying BitGo, and BitGo was building an enterprise wallet for XRP in 2017. Now, you'll also remember that in my last video, I showed you this, the article from CNBC, 10 billion crypto firm Ripple considers relocating to London over U.S. regulation. And then I showed you this. This is Steve Mnuchin. Now, here's how this path for this video unfolded. I started with these two things, this article, and then I was showing you that I don't believe there's any coincidences. Steve Mnuchin, Ripple's talking about moving to London, and then Steve Mnuchin is tweeting out the strong U.S.-UK relationship. So he's tweeting out basically about the same thing that's in the article about how we work with these guys. Now, who is that just called me? Okay. All right. So now, so from that, I was reminded and I wanted to show you XRP Buddha had tweeted this out. Don't be blind. They're waiting for the whole world to be ready. XRP before regulations. When regulation, it will be all at once. And this is a little reminder. Many of you didn't know this. This is Craig Phillips, who is on Ripple's board. It has been an honor serving the Treasury and Treasury of the Secretary, Steve Mnuchin. I have been so proud to represent the administration's dynamic tax, regulatory, and economic policies. There's much to be proud of, and I look forward for cheering team and as my service ends. So there's Steve Mnuchin, and there's Craig Phillips with Steve Mnuchin, the guy on Ripple's board. There's where he joined Ripple's board of directors. Craig brings more than 35 years of industry expertise to Ripple, having held leadership roles at Morgan Stanley and BlackRock. Most recently served as counselor to the Secretary of the Treasury, Steve Mnuchin, where he oversaw regulatory framework development for the financial system under Executive Order 13772, as well as efforts to enhance the financial sector's cybersecurity through the Office of Critical Infrastructure Protection and Compliance Policy. He also supported the development of policy for housing finance reform. Now, so then we have this. This was a tweet from Marcus Treacher, okay? So that was your path to the Treasury Secretary, one path to the Treasury Secretary. You couldn't make any of this up if you wanted to. That's why I'm here, folks, because I've never been able to take my eyes off of this stuff. Marcus Treacher tweets this out. Congratulations to Stuart Alderoty, making us all very proud. Well, Stuart Alderoty tweeted, after less than 2 years in crypto, I'm honored to have made the cut. I've met some of the smartest lawyers ever working in this industry. If you want to be involved in the most cutting edge legal issues of a generation, this is the place. And he's tweeting out a tweet. He's joining, he's talking about how he's honored to make the cut as one of the top lawyers in crypto. He's retweeting this tweet from Chris Giancarlo, who runs the Digital Dollar Foundation, saying, I'm honored to be named as a top crypto lawyer along such friends and colleagues as Caitlin Long, this guy, and Stuart Alderoty. So Chris Giancarlo, who used to be the chairman of the CFTC, right, is retweeting this. So he's buddies with Stuart Alderoty. And where did Stuart Alderoty come from to Ripple? He's now general counsel at Ripple. He was general counsel at CIT Bank, where Steve Mnuchin was on the board when he got the job. Steve Mnuchin becomes Treasury Secretary. Stuart Alderoty leaves and becomes general counsel at, you guessed it, Ripple. Okay? Back to Chris Giancarlo. This tweet just happened to come out from Julian Flash today. Remember, Chris Giancarlo was the chairman at the CFTC. Final Empower Innovation 2020 event on November 17th. This interactive virtual series was developed to facilitate a dialogue on cutting-edge fintech innovation among innovators, regulators, market participants, and the public. And then there was this. Michael at VAL5 Links tweeted this out. The Chicago Mercantile Exchange, CME, just became the second biggest Bitcoin futures exchange in open interest behind OKX, buoyed by rising institutional demand. Well, who regulates the CME group? The CFTC does. Who was at the CME group? Miguel Valles, who joined Ripple in 2016 and now is at Link2. All right. Moving along, because I haven't even begun to get into Bizarro world yet, but we're almost there. This was today. Breaking 911, breaking update. President Trump. Now listen, as I go into these politicians and all, I'm not saying one way or the other about anything political here. I'm just addressing what's going on in the world right here. I'm not making any kind of political statements here. I'm just trying to show you the ties here. That's what I'm interested in. Breaking update. President Trump has just announced that at least 5 additional countries want to join in a peace deal with Israel, and says Saudi Arabia is one of them. Says there will be a big signing event at the White House. The one thing I want to keep stressing about this peace in the Middle East is petrodollar. Think petrodollar. What's caused all of the wars for all these years is oil, the petrodollar, the Middle East. the reason for the wars is money. It's about all of the money. I've always felt like XRP was for the purpose of replacing the petrodollar. I don't think it's a coincidence we're seeing all this peace going on. But here's what's bizarre, folks, is that I was just going to show you this. I had no idea where this was going to lead me, because I think there's a lot more going on behind the scenes. I had no idea where this was going to lead me, and I'm going to show you how it unfolded. So I was going to show you this tweet, and then I bumped into this video, and I was going to show you this video, okay? And I was going to show you Steve Mnuchin sitting there and let you watch the video. Watch this. It's only 46 seconds.
This historic deal comes just a few weeks after the groundbreaking agreement between Israel and the United Arab Emirates, and Israel and Bahrain. That was very historic. That was a great day, a very historic day. Bahrain and United Arab Emirates. 3 months ago, no one thought this would be possible. Even Bibi didn't know if this was going to be possible, Bibi, right? But now multiple Arab countries across two continents have made peace with Israel. And again, we have many lined up. They want to come in. They want to get the deal done. They all see it. No blood in the sand. I say no blood. This is one where there's been no blood in the sand. It was common sense. It should have been done this way a long time ago. This historic deal comes just a few weeks after the
so there's that. Now, while I was watching, this is how this happened. While I'm watching this video, I'm getting to about this point, and you'll see it. Who's this right here? That's Jared Kushner, okay? And so I said, well, Jared Kushner's been involved in this, so I may as well remind my audience about Jared Kushner's connection. So I decided I would pull this up. I've shown this a lot. Jared Kushner is best buddies. Says the Trump administration considers an old friend, Ken Kurson. It's Jared Kushner. I've shown you photos before where Ken Kurson is in the box with Ivanka Trump at like a Trump speech or whatever. And this is Ken Kurson when he joined the Ripple board of directors. I thought, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to show my audience this just as a little reminder. And that's where I thought this would end. And then a weird thing happened. Right, and I do mean right when I was pulling this information, I was going to show you this, I got a direct message from Jonathan D., who I show you stuff from all the time. Right while I was looking at this, I'm telling you, this is bizarro world, folks. Right when I was looking at it, he sends me this direct message, and it's this from CoinDesk. And this is today. It just happened, October 23rd, 1:56. Just in. Ripple board member Ken Kurson was arrested Friday and charged with cyber stalking in connection with his divorce, the New York Times reported. Well, I went and I looked at the article. This is where things go to bizarre. It's bizarre enough that he was arrested, but the timing is what's bizarro, folks, and I'm going to show you why. Trump family ally is arrested on cyber stalking charge. Ken Kurson, a close friend of the president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, was arrested in connection with incidents stemming from his divorce. And let's see what it says. It says, let's see. They accused federal prosecutors they accused Mr. Kurson of sending, threatening, and stalking messages to several people, including a friend whom he blamed for the deterioration of his marriage, Okay? Well, look, let me tell you what. That would be one thing, okay? Everybody has things go on in their family and different things, okay? But here's the problem. What is it that's going on? We are, in the United States, we're about 12 days away from the election of our next president. And what broke over the last 48 hours? This major October surprise scandal. And again, I'm not weighing in one way or another on this. I'm just telling you what's going on right now. This story broke about Joe Biden and his son and all that stuff. I'm not going to get into that. But this story broke. And listen to this part. Mr. Ken Kurson also helped run Mr. Giuliani's presidential campaign in 2008. Well, where does it start? Hold on. Mr. Ken Kurson, he was, for years, the newspaper endorsed Mr. Trump for president. While editing the newspaper, he sat in the Trump family box at the Republican National Convention. Mr. Kurson also helped run Mr. Giuliani's presidential campaign in 2008 and wrote a book with him about leadership. Okay, so he's close with, let me see, I think there was another place where it was talking about how he's close with him. Somewhere up here. Right here. I'm sorry. Mr. Kersen was also a longtime associate of Rudolph Giuliani, his personal lawyer and former New York City mayor. And what are we watching right now? Who is the one person who is running this whole thing that's going on in the in this October surprise going on? Do you think there are coincidences, folks? There are no coincidences. There are no coincidences. And the fact that this guy's longtime associate, who happens to be on Ripple's board, is being arrested, I'm telling you, there's more to this. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button. Tell your friends and family that there are no coincidences and that this video ends in a bizarro place to me. Thank you for listening.
Every day, billions of people around the world are mocked, ridiculed, laughed at, and embarrassed by their friends, family, and even strangers. These people go through their days knowing there are secrets being kept from them. They hear the faint whispers behind closed doors. The information and knowledge is held very close and only shared with others who were fortunate enough to find out. Feeling lost, rejected, and ostracized, these people give up, never finding out what digital assets the digital asset investor holds. But there is hope. Join the free Digital Asset Investor email newsletter and find out what digital assets he owns each month, including investments he's considering. Click the link in the description of this video or go to digitalassetinvestornewsletter.com. Put an end to your days of gloom and depression. Join the greatest free digital asset email newsletter ever created.